Good morning everyone, unless you are a fan of treasure hoarders. Today is the 11th day of me traveling back in time on a new account, journeying through Teyvat with a final goal of obtaining 100,000 free-to-play Primogems. Last time we sped through Chapter 2 of the Archon Quest Prologue and made our way to Inazuma to start the Inazuma Archon Quest. We got to AR40 along the way, finished both Ayaka's and Yoimiya's story quests that were tied to the Archon Quest, and made it just in time to save Thoma from the Vision Hunt decree. We were forced into a boss battle and successfully survived through the first Raiden Shogun fight and fled from a scene. We also did 3 weeklies for the guaranteed 5-star artifact drops, but unfortunately, none of them were really beneficial to our characters despite being gold, so we'll have to make do with our current ones for now. We also did some web events that gave out freebie Primogems for sharing the webpage, so we claimed everything from our mailbox and got to 13,643 Primogems. We left off at a little bit over 13% of the way there to our final goal of 100,000. It's time to do dirty work for the Adventurers Guild. We first cleared a treasure hoarder camp and left no mercy on them, so we took every one of them out. Next, we did our daily dose of Hilichurls and Abyss Mage farming and deleted them off the face of Teyvat. There was another time trial commission, so I hopped to the destination before time ran out. And lastly, I had to fetch some dandelion seeds so this old dude can make dandelion wine, and got our daily source of 60 Primogems. Since we left off after the Raiden Shogun fight last time, it's time to head back to Inazuma to continue the Archon quest. First, we had to go meet the Resistance army, but before that, we had to rescue Teppei from the Shogun's army, who took us to meet Goro, the general of the Resistance. After that, we had to teach some Resistance soldier how to aim by destroying some targets, which we got interrupted because the Shogun's army decided to attack us. We quickly made work of them and repaired the barricade. After that, we went to the front line and went through a series of duels against the Shogun's army. One by one, they dropped like flies, and we got to witness a pretty cool battling cutscene. Kokomi came out and saved the day, and we completed Act 2 of the Inazuma Archon quest. So now we're finally getting to the last act of the Inazuma questline, and at the very end, we get to finally avenge Venti by defeating Signor, who stole his gnosis back in the Mondstadt questline.
I challenge you to a duel before the throne.
But first, we still have to do some resistance duties. So we met back up with Teppei and made our way to Watatsumi Island, where the resistance army were deployed. Kokomi assigned us the title of Swordfish 2 and told us to clear out areas with enemies. After that, we went to solve the Electro monument puzzle and defeated a lava troll. We met Teppei there and reported back to Kokomi and Goro. Next thing we knew, Teppei became a grandpa, but we vowed to take revenge, so we stormed off to the Fatui's Delusion Factory. There, we had to clear out some Fatui enemies and met the big bad Valerian, who took us down instantly. Paimon was being very helpful, so we're always glad to have the best traveling companion by our side. Anyways, we woke up and saw Yae Miko, who rescued us from the Delusion Factory. Yae prepared us a special training to prepare for the Raiden boss fight. We had to survive around a minute without getting hit by attacks more than 10 times. The second phase of the training was way easier, so we defeated all the enemies and went back to Narukami Shrine. There we met Kujo Sara, who wanted to arrest us, but Yae quickly talked her out of it. We went to find Sayu in Chinju Forest and reunited with Ayaka and Thoma. We enlisted Yoimiya's help and borrowed her fireworks set to set off as a distraction. After that, we went back to Narukami Shrine to meet up with both Sara and Miko and headed to the Tenyo Commission headquarters. Inside, we got to use Sara as a trial character to take out some enemies. The guards inside were like treasure hoarders, so they were pretty easily disposed of with our team. After the battle, we went into the Tenshukaku and finally were able to confront Signora. The first phase was pretty easy. With Lisa and our Hyper Bloom team, we got through the phase pretty quickly. The Crimson Witch phase, however, was a bit of a pain. Even though we had Barbara to heal us, we still lost both Barbara and Lisa because the floor is lava and took damage over time. Coupled with being a bit too hot in here, we had to stuff ourselves with food in order to not die. We can't let Venti down, so we surpassed our limits and finally was able to defeat Signora. After a very long walk out of Tenshukaku, we finally were able to confront A again. The fight was very similar to last time. We had to deal a bit of damage in order to trigger her skill lock. After that, Yae Miko showed up to give us some encouraging words, and we remember the friends we made along the way. With the willpower of everyone, we stood strong together and defeated Raiden, and everyone in Inazuma lived happily ever after. Just kidding. Now it's finally time for the game plan. Since we finished the Inazuma Archon quest, we also opened up a lot of things we could do in order to gain Primogems. There is a Serai Island world quest we could do to unlock the Electro Oceanid boss, so we can get all the Primogems from exploring both Serai Island and opening up the chests there. Thanks to you guys that suggested in the comments, we can also start doing this limited daily world quest from Neko for some Primogems as well, so we can take advantage of it after we complete the Serai Storm Chaser world quest. We also have a bunch of story quests that we haven't finished yet, but I will probably prioritize Zhongli's since the weekly boss is locked behind his quests. Since Genshin's version 3.1 is live, we also have access to new events as well. The Mondstadt event unlocked recently, so we can start doing them for potential Primogems rewards. Genshin also added a free Collei to the Abyss as well, so we can also complete floor 4 to get 300 Primogems plus the C1 Collei. We are also almost able to start farming artifacts now. Since we are at AR43 now, we just need 2 more levels to start farming the domains with a guaranteed 5-star drops. So I'll most likely need some help in co-op for them, so if you have a good EU account and want to come carry me, I usually stream my Road to 100k series on Twitch. So after the Archon quest, I enlisted some people from my Twitch stream to help me farm some world bosses, just to deplete our Risens. We went to fight Oceanid in order to obtain Barbara essential materials. We didn't get any 5-star artifacts, so that was a bummer. Next, we went to fight a Dendro Peacock in order to get Collei's essential materials, and we got a pretty nice Dendro damage goblet, so cool. We got pretty lucky there since the boss doesn't guarantee gold artifact drops, so by liking this video, I shall grant you guys the same artifact luck. Anyways, in order to start the Serai Island quest, we talked to Catherine in Inazuma, then boarded the Wave Rider and just rode all the way there to unlock the Statue of the Seven in Serai Island. We talked to the adventurers stationed on an island to start the quest, but we were rudely interrupted by some treasure hoarders. I was stuck in the cutscene, so I basically watched them throw mud at me and then I died. After the cutscene ended, I beat them up and got revenge. We went to the shrine and found Neko, a talking void cat, and repaired the shrine for her. Next, we went to find some warding stones and solve the puzzle. We had to do this 4 times, and after that, we had to go fight the Electro Oceanid. My Hyper Bloom team actually had trouble against it because the reaction was stolen from the boss since it's Electro. So I mostly just resorted to using Kaya to slowly chip down the HP bar, and after a pretty grueling and long fight, we defeated the boss and were rewarded with 2 chests. Since we completed the quest, we were able to go back to the shrine and talk to Neko, who gave us a daily world quest to do. We just had to use Barbara to clean the shrine and got 20 Primogems out of that, so that was pretty nice. And again, thanks for suggesting these Primogem ideas in the comments so that we could do them alongside our journey. So we completed the Inazuma's Archon quest, but we still have a bit of exploration to do in Inazuma as well. I'll most likely collect the Electro Oculi passively while exploring Inazuma, since we don't need to level it up in a hurry like the other 2 statues because we don't get extra stamina from that. Right now, it's a pretty good time to check our Primogem count for today. 14,751. So we are still 14% of the way to 100,000, which is still pretty far away compared to my sub count to 100,000. As of this video, we are less than 3,000 away, so I am pretty scared of what's to come. If you guys don't know, I made a bet with you guys from episode 1, claiming if I reach 100k subscribers before this account gets 100k free to play Primogems, then I'll be forced to will 100k Primos on my main account. As a low spender, my bank will probably deactivate my credit card, so wish me luck. Also, a lot of you guys are still asking me whether or not I will continue this series after I reach 100k subs. Well, yes, since we are in this journey together. So if you want to watch more of this series, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.